Hi, I'm Brickroad, and this is my co-host, Ice Cold, Delicious Pepsi. Say hello, co-host. Oh, is there a more beautiful sound on this glorious green flat earth than an ice cold, delicious Pepsi cracking open? Maybe the sound of Final Fantasy V starting up. It's a pretty good game. I do like me the Fiesta. So, we're at the World 2 Super Boss, the Gill Turtle. And I demonstrated at the end of the last video why this was going to be an uphill battle. I have good ways of damaging the boss, but I don't have good ways of avoiding the physical damage that it does to me. In fact, I can even get past its Earthquake spell. I can go in the fight with all my people floating, and his Earthquake move can't kill me at the end. So, defeating the Gill Turtle is only going to be a function of getting through the barrage of physical attacks that it throws at us. Now, if he could only attack one person at a time, I could literally do this just by going in the fight with Phoenix. I have 6 Phoenix Downs right now. If I went into the fight with 30 or 40 of them, I could literally just have him kill somebody in one hit, Phoenix down them, attack him, have him kill somebody. But the problem is, not only does he take his own turns, but he counters every form of damage with a double hit. And with this party, at level 21, with this number of hit points, every hit is a one-hit KO, except a really weak hit against Faris. I think Faris could survive if I gave her the Bone Mail, or whoever my blue mage is, if it happens to be Faris. So, I worked the problem through with some people on my Discord, some knowledgeable people about the game. I get asked every year when I do the Fiesta, like, oh, I've never played Final Fantasy V before. Should I do a vanilla run before the Fiesta? My answer to that is no. Go ahead, do the Fiesta as your first run of the game. And the reason I say that is because what'll happen is you're going to reach a wall in the game, whether you're playing vanilla or you're playing Fiesta rules. You're going to reach a point in the game where you kind of have to work through a problem. And during the Fiesta, during the summer months when the Fiesta is on, pretty much every retro gaming community has some Fiesta presence, at least a little bit, that you can draw upon. You can go ask, hey, I'm having trouble with such and such. And that's what I learned about this, the main gouge. Now, this is where I've actually kind of shot myself in the foot, because this is supposed to be the second main gouge I had. The first one is at the end of the Karnak escape, which I botched very badly in this run. I think I thought at the time that I was missing out on a Mage Masher, but no, it's not a Mage Masher, it's a main gouge. And what the main gouge does is it's a weapon that grants you evasion. You see Cryo right there blocked it, or dodged a hit from this rabbit, and then Faris dodged a hit with her shield. That's because of evasion. Faris has 33% evasion because of the Aegis shield. If she had no shields, like if we just unequipped it, you have no evasion. And that's across the board. The only way to get an actual evasion stat is to equip a shield. I don't want her to have the Bone Mail. However, my other 3 characters have these Elven Mantles. Elven Mantles don't grant evasion, but they do give you just a baseline 25% chance to avoid a physical hit. Because the only hits in the Gill Turtle fight are physical. Oh, I didn't open this treasure box, apparently. Oh, because the crystals killed me, that's why. Sure. Because the only hits... Oh, you know what? I gotta give people learning before I do this. Because the only hits the Gill Turtle does are physical, evasion or evasion-like qualities will always be in play. He's never gonna use a magic attack against me, except for Earthquake at the very end of the fight, which I don't need to worry about. I'm giving everybody learning because there's a blue magic spell here that is possibly very helpful in this Gill Turtle fight. I'm glad I had to come back here anyway, because I would have lost this Flame Tongue. Because I picked that up, but then the first Crystals fight I lost, so... So, okay, we're going to try to maximize evasion on all of our characters, and that's where having 2 main gouges would be very useful. I do at least have 1. The main gouge works like the Elven Mantle. It doesn't grant you an evasion stat, but it gives you, I think, just a 25% chance to block a hit. So I can stack that with the Elven Mantle. That doesn't give me an additive 50% chance. It gives me a 25% chance and then another 25% chance If both of those fail, then it goes to the character's baseline evasion. The only character that I have with baseline evasion, you have the air knife? You do, is Faris, or whoever my blue mage happens to be, because only the blue mage in this party can pick a shield. Once I have an evasion stat, which means only my blue mage, because only my shield user is going to have an evasion stat, there is a blue magic spell that I can get from these guys that will make my evasion even a little bit better. So first we're going to just play the waiting game here. We're just going to chill out a little bit. I think you're still stopped from when no, there we go. Lilliputian Lyric, that's what we want to see. And that's going to hit. So that's a blue magic spell we can learn that turns us into a little leprechaun person. And the bonus of being a little leprechaun person is your evasion stat gets doubled. Your actual defense goes way, way, way down. Like, I think it literally lowers your defense to 1. Or at least that was the case in Final Fantasy III. But every attack that this guy does to me is a one-hit kill anyway. Like, the evasion is just a more powerful way to defend myself against physical attacks. I think I still do get half damage from being in the back row, but... So, okay. Faris has 33% evasion from her shield that she has. Plus, I can double that to 66%. Actually, we're going to get a new shield in the next couple minutes here. So she'll actually, I think, start out with 35% evasion, which she can double that to 70% if I turn her into a wee tiny person. And on top of that, I can give her the main gouge. And the Elven Mantle. So it's a 25%, then a 25%, then a 70% chance to dodge any physical attack. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now, to make this work in the way that I'm expecting... So I don't know if I'm going to need the Lilliputian Lyric. I haven't done any science on this. This is all theoretical right now. But I'm going to try the fight without it. Because my blue mage can theoretically survive one hit. And my plan for the fight is to... The evasion stuff's going to be very important, but the actual plan is to reduce the damage that the Gill Turtles hits do to me. I'm going to buy Phoenix Downs for days and days. Alright. The next important thing is to note that we're all level 22. We did gain a level in the forest there. That's going to be very, very important going forward. So that's one benefit we have now, is we have the Lilliputian Lyric. We can use that on our own people to turn one of them into a miniature version, like a little action figure version of themselves, and then that doubles their evasion. Evasion is going to be the king. Now, if we had ninjas, this fight would be trivial. Ninjas or white mages, because then we would have access. Ninjas have the blink ability, and white mages have the blink spell, which makes you completely immune to physical attacks. You have to constantly be re-upping it, but that's okay, because ninjas can do that for free, and white mages can just cast the spell repeatedly. Those parties would need a way to get past the earthquake spell at the end, though. So we're going to go in here. We're not going to actually gain any levels in here. We still have learning on, right? Yeah, we still have learning on across the board. We'll go ahead and drop a save. This is Exdeath's Castle. This is the final dungeon of World 2. And right now we're just going to dip our toes in. We're not going to... We will be completing the dungeon probably in this video, but for right now, there's just a couple of things that we need to grab from here. And there's a monster we have to look for. And it's important to stay level 2. Well, level 22 is divisible by 2. Did you know that? Level 22 divided by 2 is 11, so it's divisible by 2. Okay, got the Diamond Shield now. This is worse than the Aegis Shield in that it never absorbs magic spells. It doesn't block magic at all, but it's an extra 2 points of evasion. So that gives us 4 extra points of evasion to a nice, cool 70% if we have to use the Lilliputian Lyric. Like I said, I do want to try the fight without that, though. That's a benefit that I want to have. I mean, it's a blue magic spell. We might as well get it. We have blue mage. Oh, another... because the start of the fight does have to go kind of well, Time Mage is going to be very beneficial here, because first of all, I can cast Hastka to give my whole party extra teams, and extra turns. I can hit the Gill Turtle with slow to... That's not going to do anything with his counterattacks, but his regular attacks we can slow down. And then we have this spell, Return. So if the very first turn of the fight kills somebody, I can cast that Return spell, and we can take a do-over until his opening hit lands on somebody's Elven Mantle or on their shields, and we dodge that first hit. Don't worry, it's almost cutscene time. I know that's why people are watching the series, because the cutscenes are just so gosh darn riveting, just spellbinding, these cutscenes. These Reflect Mages do not drop Reflect Rings, by the way. I learned that one year in the Fiesta where I didn't grind up my Reflect Rings in Barrier Tower, and then I got here. I'm like, oh, I can get them off these mages. Nope. Sure can't. Alright, it is cutscene time. While the cutscene is playing, I'm going to turn my ceiling fan on a little bit. So I apologize for any untoured clicking or standing up noises and sitting back down noises you may have heard. Kelger is the last surviving light warrior from Gallup's team from the long, long ago, and he's injured and dying because he was a butthead, and Bart's had to Bart's him right in his face. But it's okay, now he's dying. And somehow his dying will help us in Exdeath Castle. He's also got a leaky roof, like ghosts just come in through the roof. Insane. So not only did Exdeath have these barrier towers putting up an actual magical shield around his castle, but he also has a layer of illusion magic hiding its true form, which causes one of the strangest moments of tonal juxtaposition in the game. One of my favorite little story moments in the game. Now that poor Kelger is dead. I guess the werewolves all reproduce by osmosis, because there doesn't seem to be any female werewolves. I mean, I haven't gone through and lifted up all their legs to see, but... So the illusion magic fades away, and the stone castle shakes and glows green. And turns into this. So the triumphant music here accompanies the castle turning into this horrible demonic hellscape where the walls are made out of faces and beating hearts. But there's a jolly tune. Okay, here we are on the fourth floor. We're going to kill the lizard, and the Reflect Mage I should be able to comment on. We've decided Comet is not reflectable. They have Reflect naturally, so I have to do that. You can throw Eroga at this lizard, if you don't mind. You don't have anything you can do. I can... somebody in my comments said Drain is not reflectable in this version. You know, we'll just stick to Comet, I think. While we keep them stopped for now. Some people don't have Bart in the Fiesta, and they actually have to fight random encounters while the monsters are attacking them. It's nonsense. Okay, so now I'm going to... Let's put up Mighty March, because these things... There's a couple different blue magic spells that they have. One of them is Eroga, and Eroga is going to kind of one-shot me here. So I want to get Mighty March and Romeo's Ballad on. Oh, I already put up Mighty March. Okay, we already got regen. For some reason I sang it twice. And I want to sit on Lena's turn. She's got the healing staff, and we're just going to hang out for a minute. Magic Dragon. That's why we do need some healing in this fight, because those attacks do pack a punch. And if it uses Eroga, it's... very possible that whoever gets targeted is just going to die, because it's a big spell. But there's a blue magic spell here that's going to be supremely useful, not only against the Gill Turtle, but against X-Death as well, at the end of this castle. But we do have to sit here and wait. Also, there's Iroga, so this is probably... Yeah, that's death. Let's go ahead and get Forest back up. So we could have got Iroga here if we didn't already get it in the barrier tower. Not the barrier tower, the Guido's cave. Nice block. There's that diamond shield doing the work. I'm just playing the waiting game. We're just sitting here. There we go. Level 2 Old. So that's going to hit all of our party. And Old is one of the most damaging ailments of the game because it makes your level and stats consistently drop and drain away, which makes your people much less effective in battle. And you can see it didn't hit Forest because Forest was only level 21. Now she's 22. Okay, so we have everything in place. Let me just go down my checklist. I got the Lilliputian Lyric. I picked up my Flame Tongue, which I apparently missed. I got my main Gouge. I should have 2. I've only got 1. That's okay. We'll make do. I got the Diamond Shield. I got level 2 Old. And with all those pieces in place, we should be ready to go. Here's the plan. The Gill Turtle is heavy, so a lot of status ailments and things won't stick to it. It doesn't have protection against slow, so I do have that one thing that I can hit it with. I can hit it with Off Guard to lower its defense, but I'm not using physical damage, and it doesn't seem to reduce magic defense. My spells do the same amount of damage with or without Off Guard. I've tested that already. However, if we manage to stick Old, the thing's level should drop to the point where it literally cannot damage me if we sandbag the fight long enough. I am going to use up a Cottage here just to get... because this is going to be a very MP-intensive fight. Then I need to cast Float to protect myself from the Earthquake, and we'll use Return if I don't like how the first round of the battle goes. Do I want to change anything up here? Oh, yeah, I need to change my abilities. You're going to need black and blue. I need as many people with blue as possible. And you're going to want a Frost Rod, you're going to want the Gold Hairpin, and an Elven Mantle, so 25% chance to dodge physical attacks on the Black Mage. Lena is going to be mostly using Time Magic, but in the second half of the fight, I'm going to want 2 people casting Blizzaga, so you're also going to go in with a Frost Rod. We might switch that to the Healing Staff during the fight. We'll see how it goes. Kryl is definitely going to go in with blue, because even if I gave her Black Magic, it wouldn't matter much. The question is here... I think I would prefer to have a little bit of evasion on everybody rather than stack all my evasion on one person. In fact, do I want to give her the main Gouge, or do I want to give... I think I want to give Forest the main Gouge. That makes Forest as survivable as possible. And you can go with blue and sing, that's perfectly fine. You're going to go in with the main Gouge, a Diamond Shield, and... so that's 25% plus the 35 from the shields. I mean, it's not additive. It's not 25 plus 35 equals 60. It's a 25% chance, and then if that fails, I get a 35%. So the actual math works out a little differently than that. Like, what is 25% of 35%? You have to do that in calc.exe. I'm bad at math. Let's go ahead and get Float up. So the problem is, level 2 Old will never, ever, ever stick against the Gill Turtle because it has an odd-numbered level. That's pretty common. Most bosses in Final Fantasy V do have odd-numbered levels for that exact reason. However, we can hit it with Dark Spark, and if we do... that'll cut its level in half. And half of an odd number has to be rounded, and no matter which, I don't know which way the game rounds it, but half of an odd number is always an even number. So once Dark Spark hits, I can immediately hit it with level 2 Old, and then I just have to sandbag the fight a little bit and wait for its stats to drop. So every step, we're going to get gold, and there's our Gill Turtle. Okay. So right off the bat, we're not taking this fight. This is not how we want it to start out. I'm going to cast Return, come back into the fight until this opening attack... Ooh, got a preemptive strike this time. Alright, Sing. I don't want to start Sing. We're going to start out with blue. We want to get that Dark Spark down as quickly as we possibly can. We're going to put up Hastka on everybody. And Lena's going to have to reapply Float and Hastka over the course of the fight to anybody that gets killed. And now it's a matter of trying to land Dark Spark. So as long as I don't damage it, as long as I don't attack it, it's not going to counterattack me. And you can see this is where my evasion is coming in handy. So I can sandbag for as long as my Phoenix Downs hold out. And I bought, what was it, 19 of them? We might have to try returning again if Dark Spark eats up too much of my MP before I land one. A target's level is a major component of its ability for you to land debuffs on them, and this thing is like level 60. I want to say 67, I think. So pretty high up there. So there's Dark Spark. Its level is halved. And where's level 2 Old? There it is. So this will hit. So now it's Old, and now it's just a matter of we just sandbag the fight for a little bit. There's a good block. I don't think I landed slow yet. I'm going to put up Mighty March, because right now, if it hits me, it's still a one-hit KO, but as the fight goes on, its attacks will do less and less and less damage to me. In fact, while we're sandbagging here, let's try to keep everybody as healthy as possible. Yeah, you can see that's not a one-hit kill anymore, so we're already doing really, really well in this regard. A few more rounds as its levels and stats drain in the background, and nothing it does is going to be able to hurt me. In fact, I want to switch some... No, because I want to Requiem. I need damage dealers in this fight. So I don't think it can one-hit KO me, but its counterattack is always 2 hits, and if those 2 hits land on the same person, that might kill somebody. So we're just sandbagging. We're just waiting it out. Letting him do his thing. We're looking at 189 damage per attack here. I'm just cycling back around to Lena's turn to see who gets hit next. I think once we drop a little bit lower than that, because that 282 times 2 is still enough to take out Kryl. But another round or two. There we go. Now it's time to settle in. Alright, so now we can safely put on the Frost Rod and start blasting this nerd with Blizzaga. And those turtle spells just aren't going to hack it anymore. I'm going to have her defend this turn, because I'd rather not use up my Phoenix Downs if I don't have to. But my Blue Mage can deal damage with Requiem. Oh, his attacks also poison you, which is lovely. Let's actually wait this turn out and heal up Kryl here. But because I don't have to... my heal staff. Because I don't have to, speedrun the fight, because I don't have to, like, oh, I've got like 2 turns to do 32,000 damage. Once I get to the fight into this state, I can basically survive forever as long as my MP holds. And we're down to 42 damage on his counterattack. That's if he gets through my evasion. So the evasion, it's really only there for the first part of the fight when I'm getting all my buffs and debuffs in place. And now that I'm there, I'm sorry, but your 96 damage attacks just aren't going to bring it home for you anymore, buddy. And this is how this party is going to wreck the Gill Turtle. Now I need a Frost Rod. So I don't even really need Blizzaga at this point. I could use 4 Bards singing Requiem and never be in danger of running out of magic points, because Bard songs are free. They don't cost anything. And I think now any debuffs would be really, really easy to stick on him because his level has been drained so much by this point. But I had to work the problem. I had to, like, okay, what are the resources I have? Like, what status ailments will stick to this thing? It wasn't a completely trivial solution. Ooh, Bart's is kind of low there. A double hit that gets through his evasion might kill him. We can fix that, though. My goodness, I don't even think I knew that this thing's attack poisoned you, because, like, usually one hit from this thing kills you outright, so what good is the knowledge that it poisons you, you know? And there we go. Now his physical attacks are literally doing 0 damage to me. We cannot possibly lose the fight now unless Earthquake hits, which it can't because I'm floating. If we didn't have access to the float spell, I think we could get float status from cats on the mountain. Barring that, I think Gaia Gear will reduce the damage from Earth Magic. Even with that, I'm not sure if we would have enough health to survive an Earthquake spell, but this is our solution to the Gill Turtles. Hitting it with Dark Spark, the level 2 old. Just getting that initial Dark Spark. Yeah, there is. Earthquake can't hit anybody. 5,000 gold and 3 ABPs. Now here's the problem. Gill Turtle is not a unique enemy. Every time I take a step in this hallway, I have a chance of running into another Gill Turtle. I used up quite a lot of my MPs in that fight. And I've got 2 ethers. I do have 7 elixirs. So as I go through the hallway, I might run into the Gill Turtle again and have to fight it again to get to the end of the hallway. But I like this strategy. I think it's working fine. And 1 step. Here's our next Gill Turtle. Alright, let's do it. Well, like, we're not taking that fight. We're not starting there. Obviously. So buckle in. We're going to the end of the hallway. We're going to power through all of these Gill Turtles. Do you think Kryl remembers getting face planted over and over? Like, when you cast the return spell, do you retain any memory of what just happened? There we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so Kryl, we're going to start you out with Mighty March? No, we got to start you out. You might get that lucky Dark Spark. We did. Beautiful lucky Dark Spark. Okay. Let's get Hastka up. Level 2 old. Wow, that was real lucky. And now get Mighty March up. I also have White Wind if I really need a full party heal, but oh, you see, his level hadn't been drained enough yet. This is why we have the Phoenix Downs. And then Lena's going to have to reapply Haste and Float. This could be going better. Let's reapply Mighty March. I'll use elixirs if I'm completely out of MP. Get Hastka back up. I think I already reapplied Mighty March. And float. So Lena is out of MP now. She's going to need an elixir before she can cast any spells. How are you doing? 78. So you've got the gold hairpin, so your spells cost half as much anyway. So Lena's back up now. Oh, we've already got the healing staff on. Little too late for Kryl there. But the damage is coming way, way down. In fact, I'm going to get a full party heal out because I think we're at the point now where no single hit can kill any one character. Which is beautiful. Reapply regen. I'm blinded too. I guess the thing hits you and it poisons you and blinds you. You need haste. You dodging like a mofo up in here. You need float. You can save scum the hallway. Like take a step, save scum, reload, take a step. Reloading every time shuffles the encounter table, but you can get the Gill Turtle after just one step. So it's not an effective way of getting all the way to the end of the hallway. You really do need a way to take care of Gill Turtles if you want to see the end of this hallway. We're at 294. It's still a little much. I didn't hit it with slow this time because I needed all of Lena's turns to reapply buffs and things. But as we've seen, we're going to get to a point where the slow doesn't really matter. Slow is nice in the beginning of the fight, where we're still applying, we're trying to get our Dark Spark to hit. When I see a hit come in for under 200, I didn't want to defend with Lena. Defending will reduce the damage the thing deals, by the way. Have we sandbagged enough now? What is that, 33 damage? That's pretty good. I think it's time to tuck in. Alright, Frost Rod is go. Big evasion strats right there. So you need the evasion to get through the first part of the fight. To survive long enough to get that Dark Spark to hit. Once Dark Spark hits, you can hit it with level 2 Old. Then a few turns after that, the thing can't damage you anymore. Beautiful. We're already at that phase. But I don't really have infinite elixirs. If we get unlucky and see too many of these turtles down the hallway, we might not see the end. It's really going to come down to... If we get a turtle every single step between here and the end, I don't think we'll make it, because it is fairly MP intensive. I mean, theoretically, I could use all my MP on just Dark Spark and level 2 Old, and then Hastka and Float. And then just deal damage with Requiem, because Kryl and Forest can have the same command, and then I can turn Bart's or Lena into a Bard with Requiem and just do the fight that way. That would take about twice as long once we get to this phase, though. If Gill Turtle wasn't undead, I could give everybody a turn with a Dancing Dagger against him here to steal some of his MPs. However, the Gill Turtle is undead. That's why Requiem damaged it in the first place. But it also prevents me from taking magic points using the Dancing Dagger with its, oh, what's it called? One of the dance abilities drains magic points. I do kind of love that the guy's, like, powerful attack is just called Turtle. It's pretty funny. I think we're up to, what, 80 Gill? In the cave, every step we take gives twice as much Gill as the previous step. But I think we can probably count on seeing at least one more turtle before the end of it. And actually save scumming the hallway doesn't work because you can get a turtle after just one step. There's Earthquake. Alright. How are we doing on magic points? Pretty low. In fact, you can't even cast Darkspark once, can you? No. So I do need to use a couple of elixirs here. Just one on Kryl, I think. Oh my goodness, really? I forgot to use antidotes too. Alright. Let's do it again. One step on the 160 space. We definitely need to start with Hastka. Gambler's Fallacy. We're about due now for a long walk down the hallway, aren't we? That's the Gambler's Fallacy at work. You can't... You can try to slow him. I should have held her turn. I knew somebody was going to get killed there. Hey, we got him slowed. That's nice. Let's get Bart's back up. We won't reapply float until we're at the safe phase of the fight. But I do want to apply haste. We're going to have to use a couple more elixirs here in a second. Unlucky with the Darksparks this time. Definitely an elixir here. Only 5 left! I wonder if there's somewhere in World 2 you can farm them. World 1 has lots of places where you can go farm them. Where you can get them stockpiled. I wonder if I should just use Return here to preserve some MPs, because it looks like we've got a long walk down this hallway. Oh, there's Darkspark. Alright, so we're not going to use Return in this fight. Alright, let's settle in for a nice long... nice long fight now. Let's get regen up. I could use Swift Song to raise my agility and get even more turns, but it's more useful to spend her turn trying to land Darkspark. So now we're just going to defend until it's your turn, give you a healing staff, and try to keep people healthy. Not Morningstar. Where's the healing staff? There it is, at the bottom this time. Nice dodge, Bart's. The thing is slowed, so it's getting way fewer turns compared to me. Oh, we're doing that, huh? I didn't get to defend with it. I got to set on her turns. If somebody else gets attacked, I can use the healing staff. Reapply regen. Is this the most stimulating Final Fantasy V video on the internet? No, probably not. But it's important to me that I make it to the end of this hallway with this team. Hopefully, we get more than one step next time. I've gotten to the end of the hallway with only 2 Gill Turtle fights before. But theoretically, you could get a fight every single step, you know? I wonder if I should just go with Requiem this fight instead of Requiem, because Blizzaga is eating up a lot of magic points, and that's going to be the limiting factor here. I think I'll do that if I run out of elixirs. So that's 237 on a defend. If I had some way to apply protect status, that would also be very useful in this fight. There's no way to do it with this team except for Blue Magic Mighty Guard, which you can't get to World 3 and requires a Beastmaster anyway. So unfortunately, I have no way to apply Protect or Shell except by one just very awkward and esoteric method that'll come up in World 3. Alright, we about ready to... Let's go back to Lena's turn and hold for a second. Still seeing 414 against an undefended character. Did level 2 ult stick? We've only got 1 hit point. I was pretty sure I level 2 ulted it. I'm gonna do it again. Maybe I forgot. Yeah, I already ulted it, so it didn't stick a second time. It happens. Alright, looks like we're in good shape now. Let's go for it. Third Gill turtle. I mean, each turtle is also worth 5,000 bucks, so the time investment going in... we should be safe to float now. Singing is free, of course. I'm going to have Lena's next turn heal Kryl, because that could have went really badly. In fact, I'm not going to take a turn with Bart's, because I don't want another attack to hit Kryl. Kryl's getting kind of low, and Lena's getting kind of low here. So once I heal Lena again, that's what we're going to set back in. The regen is really only taking the bite out of the poison at this point. There's no point to healing the poison, because the thing will just re-poison all of us anyway. So there's like a middle phase of the fight where it's possible for it to still damage us. Well, we do have to be a little bit careful. But once we push through that, he's down to dealing 0 damage to us. In fact, Lena's turns are probably better spent with the heal staff anyway. That was not a good round. That was definitely not a good turn. I'm glad Lena got that out before a poison tick finished her off. Hurry up and get old, turtle. Become aged. You know what? I'm going to use your turn to get a full party heal. And you can start in with Blizzaga. You can't, because you're too low on MPs, so you're going to... I guess we'll use up these ethers first. They're slightly less valuable than elixirs. Maybe slow. Maybe applying slow makes it take longer for it to drop down to level 1. Maybe slow was a mistake, because it does feel like this turtle's taking a lot longer to get down there. So putting on slow was probably not a good idea. All things considered. He'll still get there, but yeah, I think he's taking a lot longer to get there. So maybe slow just was not a good idea at all. Because that must be a function, like on its turn, make its attack, and then advance the old effect. Is probably how it works. And yeah, we really need Lena here to keep my peoples alive. And I think we're going to do the bulk of our damage in this turtle with the Requiem. So the fourth turtle, we're going to make sure to not use slow. Because that second turtle seemed to hit maximum ult pretty quickly, actually. This might be the last time we need to heal with Lena, because it looks like he's really weak now. We're only on the 160 Gill tile, though. Oh, goodness. We still got a long hallway to get through. Dancing Dagger would be really nice to use if I could here, unfortunately. Maybe we'll get like 8 steps, though. That'd be nice if we get like 8 steps. Alright, you don't need to heal anymore. Let's get your Frost Rod on. You got a couple Blizzaga spells in you. See ya. 320. 640. Nothing. Turtle. Okay, no, you need to start with blue magic. Get that Dark Spark. Let's get that Hastka. Way out of magic points at this point. You've got nothing. I'll use this other ether first, I guess. Alright, Dark Spark, don't fail me now. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to leave you dead for now, because I want Cryle. She can't. She's going to get you back up then. She's now out of magic points. Forest is going to have to do the honors. Haste. Do want to make sure... So don't stick slow on it. I think slow just dragged out the fight, honestly. We're going to go with level 2 old. And then we are going to defend back around to Lena's turn. We're going through way fewer Phoenix Downs than I thought we would, honestly. That's 0 MP for Lena, so we gotta give her an Elixir now. We have 4 left, and we're on the 640 square. Nice evade for us. Oh, I should probably give Mighty March. Otherwise this Poison Tick is going to drag me down. You need some MP. I'm going to give you an Elixir now. No, I'm going to get Bart's back up. Even defending. You do have to sandbag for a little while. It does take a little while to get to the point in the fight where his damage is lowered. That's just how high his level and physical attack stats actually are. It needs to be old for a long time. What was I doing here? I was giving an Elixir to Cryle. Okay, now we're going to defend. How tragic will it be if I actually don't make it to the end of the hallway just because I run out of resources or have just a really bad opening fight? And you just have a 2-hour video of me painstakingly killing 6 Gill Turtles and then dying. I actually don't know if everybody's got Mighty March right now. Because we've had a few deaths. It doesn't really cost much to reapply it, so let's just put it back on. You've got full MP, that's good. Nice evade. I'm going to throw Forest some healing here. You can kind of tell, sometimes an enemy will take a turn but not actually do anything. A lot of monsters, like most bosses, and especially, do nothing is a valid thing for their turn. In fact, I suspect without a lot of those do nothing turns, the bosses would just get very overwhelming. And you can tell when they happen, too. If you watch the ATB bars in the bottom right of the screen, you can see they advance a little bit while the battle's not doing anything else. They don't fill up smoothly. They tick along in like jerks and stops. And they always come to a stop when something like this happens. When I'm on a menu, it stops momentarily. And sometimes they'll stop even when it doesn't look like there's anything else going on in the battle at all. That's your clue that the monster has taken a do-nothing turn. And a lot of bosses on their do-nothing turns, or even just the next tick after you apply a debuff, will automatically remove the debuff. And your only clue that that has happened is watching those ATB bars freeze. There's one fight very late in the game where that information is going to be extremely useful. How are we doing on damage here? 33. It's time to tuck in on Gill Turtle number 4. Bart's MP goes further than anybody else just because he's got a golden hairpin. God bless him. Lena's MP goes the quickest because she doesn't have a gold hairpin, but she needs to cast Blizzaga a lot. I could conserve her MP by switching some jobs around and making her into a Bard and using Requiem instead. If we see too many more of these turtles, we may in fact have to do that. I have, of course, killed the Gill Turtle before with Requiem as my main damage dealing. It's not terrible. 1800 is pretty good, actually. 1800, that's not... You don't laugh at damage like that. You know what I mean? But it's not a rod-boosted Blizzaga spell. Oh, even a double turtle can't punch through my Bard right now. Oh, I need to reapply Float. Otherwise, everybody dies here. Not everybody, because we do have a couple people still floating. I'll do that real quick. Let's get Float back up. It's almost not even worth taking the poison off, but I think I will, at least until I'm out of antidotes. Because in that middle phase of the fight, it's possible I'll survive a hit with like 8 hit points, and the poison... If I get a poison tick before a regen tick, I could die to poison, and I still want to see that happen. That's an edge case, but I can prevent it very easily by using antidotes after the fight. Faris has enough MP for one more Dark Spark, then she needs an Elixir. You can do 3 more Blizzagas, then Bart needs an Elixir. And we're running pretty thin on Elixirs now. 4 Gill Turtles at what? The 64 or the 640 tile? It does not bode well. Unfortunately. We might get really lucky in the back half of the hallway. In fact, I think we're going to have to if we want to see the end of the hallway. I'm getting really nervous about this now. 4 Gill Turtles. What? Alright, there's the number 4. Oh, the end of the hallway is not even in sight. Alright, let's use up my antidotes. You've got 1 more Dark Spark, and Faris has 1 more. So, 1280. There's the end. We're almost there. And we can safely do 1 more turtle fight. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. 1 more step after this, and we'll make it. Good open. Alright, let's do it. 5 turtles in this hallway. No early Dark Spark yet. Put up Hastiga. Should I return? Okay, early Dark Spark. I was just thinking, should I use return until I get the Dark Spark on my first round of casts? But it ended up not being an issue, so. Nice evade. You know what? Okay, it's time to revive somebody here. I really think that slow was a mistake. I really do think that applying slow to a creature, like the speed at which its level declines must be tied to its actually taking turns. That has to be true. I mean, we might have to do 1 more turtle after this, because there is 1 more step here, but... Cross that bridge when we come to it. Do I want a Hastiga here? I think instead of haste... Because I'm just defending anyway, I'm not actually taking turns right now with anybody except Lena. I think we'll use Lena's turns to heal here, and everybody else can defend to try to half the damage from the thing's attack. So it's getting more attacks than it would if we used slow, but I really do believe that slow severely reduced the speed by which its level was going down. It has to be tied to its actual turn. So, okay. 5th Gill Turtle. just like the first 4. But this party has a good strat against the Gill Turtle. Not a good strat. It's a mediocre strat. It's not fast. Nobody can accuse this of being a fast kill for the Gill Turtle. Some parties make just a mincemeat out of this guy. Bards are usually pretty good to have because of their Requiem ability. Knights, ninjas, white mages all trivialize the Gill Turtle because they all have ways to completely reduce the damage it deals to 0. You have to be a little careful. Knights have to use their cover ability. You have to go in the fight with everybody at critical HP except for the knight. The knight will automatically cover all physical attacks against a party member at critical HP. The knight also has a special ability called Guard, which reduces all physical damage to 0. So, a guarding knight will take all of the physical hits, and they will all equal 0, and the other 3 characters can focus on attacking the Gill Turtle. Ninjas can use their image ability to give everybody mirage status, so the Gill Turtle's attacks can't land, and white mages can just cast the blink spell. We're doing pretty good. I think it's time to tuck in here. You get 1 cast of Blizzaga before you need help. You are going to provide that help, if you don't mind. 2 more elixirs. I'm not going to use one on Faris unless we get to the next... If we have to do 1 more Gill Turtle fight, I don't want to use one on Faris. You know what? No, I'm going to have to use my last elixir here on Lena. 7 elixirs to get down this hallway. We don't have another battle to use elixirs in except like the very final round of like the very final dungeon, and we have good answers to everything in there. I'm not worried about any of the bosses coming up in that dungeon. So elixirs are not going to be super useful anywhere in the game but here. And we'll find some more on our adventures between now and the end of the game anyway. So it's not like elixirs, they're valuable, but they're not so valuable that I'm not willing to spend them against the Gill Turtle. If we do have 1 more Gill Turtle behind this, though, I don't think we have a really good way to fight it. I'm considering doing this guy with just Requiem, actually, and preserving Lena and Bart's magic points for if we do have 1 more turtle to go. Because right now, everybody's got pretty decent magic, except for Faris. Bart's and Kryl need their magic points to cast blue magic spells. I'll go Blizzaga with Bart's, and then Lena. I'm going to preserve Lena's HP or MPs and use her to heal in this fight, I think. And then if we get a turtle on our last step, I should have just enough resources to slink into the end. So your turns, I'm going to just give you the healing staff, and you're no longer going to cast Blizzaga. Keep everybody healthy. I have been doing Gill Turtles for an hour now. It's not a fast strategy. But some parties, I've had some Fiesta parties I don't think have any kind of strategy against Gill Turtle, outside of just go gain levels until you can survive the hits. That's always going to be an option. And there are good places you can grind in World 2, but both in terms of experience points and ability points. In fact, my original plan for the Gill Turtle was to do a little bit of ability grinding until I had 4 people that could chain cast Blizzaga. If I came into the fight and a rod-boosted Blizzaga was doing 5,000 or 6,000 damage, I probably would have gone that route instead. And then it would just be a matter of getting... We would be able to hunt 1 Gill Turtle and then leave. I wouldn't be able to do sustained adventures against Gill Turtles with that strategy. So this one is much slower, but it's also much more consistent and works against multiple turtles in a row. So maybe this is the better strat, all told. Actually, I can have her attack the Gill Turtle, too. It's undead, so she can do a little bit. That's another reason white mages mop this fight up, because you get Curaga by the time you get to this point in the game. So that's just insane damage against the turtle. Alright, Do we have to do one more turtle here? We don't. Wait, where's my money? I didn't get money for that step. Whew, look at that gill, though. That's good eating. Alright, so we have all the gill we could ever possibly want. Well, that's not true. We need more gill than that, but we'll get more gill than that. It's okay. And that's how you fight a whole bunch of gill turtles in a row. By using up 7 elixirs. Alright then. I've gotten to the end of the hallway after only 2 turtles. You can't run from the turtles, and you can... Save scumming doesn't seem to work very well, because you can get a gill turtle after just a single fight. Anyway, there is an optional side quest still to do. There's a couple of them in World 2. There's one that gets a summon spell that we could go do. We don't have summoners, so I'm not worried about it. And there's one... Actually, there's another summon spell in the castle we're going to, which we're not going to do. And then there's, at the end of the castle, there's a little optional fight, which we are going to do, which I usually would not. Is this how I want to be equipped going in here? I'd rather you have a poison rod for bio. You can keep the healing staff. You can keep the dancing dagger. I'm going to give you the Aegis shield back. Power armor, whatever is fine. I'm okay with blue. Do you want Sing or do you want Equip Harps? Equip Harps is a little bit... How much of an agility boost is Equip Harps? Agility is 28. If I give you Equip Harps and give you the same equipment that you had, I guess weapon doesn't matter much. But agility is... Oh yeah, it's a big agility boost. I think I'd rather have a blue mage with Equip Harps than a blue mage that can sing, considering we already have one singer in the group. So, let's go with an air knife for you, and the Aegis shield. One hour and 108,000 gil later. We will have cause to spend every inch of that money, don't you worry. Alright, what's in Castle X-Death? Just kind of an obnoxious dungeon. Oh no, I want to go up these stairs here. Do I want to fight my way through Castle X-Death? I don't think I do. I do have some cottages, so I guess we'll go... We'll start running if when my MP runs out, because getting a couple experience levels, getting some extra hit points, is going to be somewhat useful. Let's go ahead with a poison rod for you. Start hitting some nerds with bio. Getting some ability points too is going to be good, because how close are we to... We're closing in on level 5 Black Mage, so I'm going to switch my jobs and stuff around once I get level 5. Maybe I should go level 6 Black Mage now, actually. Now that I'm this far, I should just finish up, go the distance. So, because Bart is one of the fastest classes in the game, we can almost always open with Romeo's Ballad. Get everything frozen in time, and then from there we've got our knife-boosted Eroga spell. We've got our rod-boosted bio spell. It's bad news. It's just bad news for the whole enemy party, just all the time. All the time. Ooh, a potion. Delicious. I think I'll run from Reflect Mages, because all of my attacks that I'm using... I'd have to use Comet, and Comet is only single target. And... Can I one-shot one of these guys with Eroga? I surely can. I'm going to presume, because they're reptiles, these things are weak to ice, and I can probably one-shot it with Blizzaga. In fact, let's conserve some MPs here. Let's be smart about this, because her turn's always going to come before Bart's. So this way... Oh, yeah! I could probably just... If it's just lizards, I could probably just use one split Blizzaga spell. If it's just lizards. Maybe that's what we'll do. Alright. I don't really remember what all treasures are in here. There's some good stuff, but... let's wait. And I'm pretty sure you go down to 1 Eroga. I don't think there's any equipment in here that's going to be useful for this group until the very end of the dungeon. But we'll get all the treasures as we go, because we can't revisit this location. Oh, the Ice Shield might come in handy, actually. So we're just going to take turns having people use up their MP as we gain some levels. There's Black 5. How long until Black 6? You gotta go... Only 100 ABPs. Okay. Black 6 is about as high as you should really go with Black Mage, because that lets you... That makes your Black Magic ability access the entire Black Magic set. Because there's only 6 spell levels in this game. As opposed to Final Fantasy 1, which had 8. This only has 6. I just don't want to fight a Reflect Mage. I'd have to probably use 2 Comets, and I've only got 1 Time Mage, so... If I could just get out of here, please. Because we do still need to run as well. We still need to run from battles. That's going to make us stronger later, believe it or not. And we're out of there. I think Magic Dragons are really difficult to run from. Oh, Secret Passage. I knew that was there. Adamantine Golem. Is he going to take damage from anything that I do is a good question. Ah, yeah, spells are hitting him. Okay. What do you have? A Frost Rod. I'm going to go back to a Poison Rod here. Bio's a little bit cheaper than the Aga spells. And then a single target Eroga should finish us up. Not quite. Oh, we don't have another air knife. I should have bought 3 air knives, I guess. Well, you also can Eroga. I'm going to have one of Vampire or use the Healing Staff. Either way, it uses up her turn, so might as well Healing Staff in the next battle. Alright, so if we go in the lava here, there's a secret passage at the southern end of this room with a really good bow in it. I don't have a ranger or anybody who can equip a bow, so I'm just going to skip it. There's just no reason. I have to trudge through a whole bunch of lava, take a whole bunch of damage, and there's just no reason to do it. So trudging through lava is not happening. At least not on this floor. I think the next treasure box is an elixir, though. Which I'm perfectly happy to take. Go ahead and Healing Staff yourself. Bart's is... What's the difference between Eroga from the Black Mage versus the Blue Mage? About 100 points of damage, because their stats are a little different right now. You see the Drain spell there just was not able to get through Faris' shield. Usually there's no way to block that spell, but the Aegis shield can totally do it. And the Bard's just not getting anything out of Eroga because she doesn't have any way to boost damage. I'll be able to buy another air knife later if I really want it. Oh, let's go get the treasure. An elixir. I was right. Yeah, there's a box over there with a bow in it, but we have no use for that. It's taking me 3 spells to get through a fight anyway. Oh, you are out of good stuff. So we're going to give you the Dancing Dagger now. Which is... Oh, the Bard has it, probably. Well, okay, we're not doing that then. We're going to give you a Flame Rod. And you can cast Flamethrower. Why not? Good times. You have a healing staff. Let's go ahead and throw some Aga magic out here. I feel like we should. Blizzaga has seen us through some real trials and ordeals. God, that's just better than Bio. Just incredibly. See if they like a little thunder. And you could probably finish him off from here, right? Thank you much. Time 4. Is this the dumb room? This is the dumb bad room. So I've got to stop this thing in front of one of the treasure boxes here. I can't remember what's in them. And if I hit a wall instead, it's a forced encounter. I think one of them's a samurai sword. Ooh! Are we dead here? We might be dead here. If I can't Romeo's Ballad. Okay. Got out there. Sometimes you just get lambasted by dragons. Like, that's just gonna happen, so I have no way to heal outside of battle either. Okay, so we got the ice shield and the ice sword in this dungeon. In fact, I think the next floor... Yeah, this is the smart move. So I don't lose the progress I've made in this dungeon to dragons. I'm actually reading a D&D book right now called Mythic Odysseys of Theros. Theros is a Magic the Gathering setting, but it's like, it's heavily inspired by ancient Greece. It's like, it's ancient Greece in all but name. I really don't care about fighting this dragon. Let me think about this. You know what? Let's just bum rush the dragon. We might as well. We got the preemptive. I think we're going to be able to completely demolish this thing before it kills us. Maybe even before it gets a turn, because we have got Aga magic now. You've already got a Frost Rod. Yeah, the Aga magic is doing the tricks. Tricks of the trade. But yeah, it's like, it's ancient Greek mythology in all but name. And it has a section on dragons, and it's like, oh, this setting only has blue and red dragons, and they're basically just big animals that hate you. Jackanapes is a really obnoxious monster that, if you remember way back in, I think, the very first video, where I did some save scumming to get through a dungeon in Wall's Castle. Really, I'm going to have to use magic on this nerd, too? Alright, fine. Let's do it with Bart, though, because he's got the hairpin. The Jackanapes is why. You can get Jackanapes encounters in that dungeon. At that point in the game, you just really can't kill the Jackanapes. And it's not worth anything anyway. This friggin' guy, though. I'm betting we can stop you. We sure can. I thought we'd be able to kill the Jackanapes with Goblin Punch, but apparently not. If we have to use another cottage at the end of this, that's fine. It's all good. Got nowhere else to be. I was kind of expecting to only get through this one dungeon today. I wasn't expecting to have to fight 5 Gill turtles, though. I'm almost certain this is a samurai sword. Yeah, we can't use that anyway. But whatever, we have it now. And we can now continue on with our quests. Obvious treasure box is obvious. Yikes! That's not good. Ooh, my Aegis shield helped. You know what? We can maybe kill this thing by using return, and this should reroll the fight, and so it does. This way we're not in a back attack. And he didn't use Atomic Ray on the first turn. I just want to make sure. I'm so paranoid about not having the right weapon equipped when I go to use magic spells. But I don't think it's going to matter with this guy, because I think the Rod Boosted Blizzaga is going to just, yeah, wreck his face. No more face for that guy. There we go. Ah, another Elixir. So see, we're getting a stockpile back up. You know how it is. Alright, we're doing Red Dragons all day now. I don't think Iroga actually matters on Faris. So let's pass Faris' turn. Put the Blizzaga out there. This should kill it. If it doesn't, I've got... No, it does. One Blizzaga, that's all. So as long as it doesn't open with its Atomic Ray... This guy uses Thunder Magic on me, right? We're gonna... Oh, I should have stayed in there and used Return and come in from the other side. Oh well. Those are useful in some cases. I think there's a reason why you'd want to catch those with a Beastmaster and release them. But I can't remember why now. I don't have a Beastmaster, so I'm not going to look it up. Preemptive Straight on the Yellow Dragon. Okay, we're going to start with Ballad. It didn't work. We're going to go in with Iroga. I'm betting Thunder's not good against this thing. What's the plan here? Ice, maybe? Are we sticking with ice? Is that what we do? Not bad. I'm betting Thunder's not good against the Yellow Dragon, so let's just go with ice on both of them. And you can finish up with your very weak Iroga. Still pretty good. Really? Alright, alright. I thought we would... I don't want to use the Phoenix down here. I thought we would kill it before it came back around to Faris. So clearly we do have to heal Faris. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. We're looking at... That's not too bad, actually. Still kills Faris, though. Let's get a fight where that doesn't happen. Because we only have a dozen or so Phoenix Downs, and there's a chance I'm going to need them against X-Death. There's a preemptive. I like it. Alright. On your turn, give us the heal. I was expecting that Lightning Spell to do about as much as Atomic Ray does. But it doesn't. Make sure to give Bart's the Frost Rod. I could use the Blue Mage ability to like check its weaknesses, or I could just look it up online, I guess, which is what everybody would actually do anyway. Dodging is still happening. I dig it. I think you can even use the teleport spell to instantly run from battles. I think Time Mage has that luxury as well. But these battles are giving 6 ability points, so that 10,000 Gill is going to be very helpful. We are not going to fight these guys because there's a Reflect Mage. Reflect is our one... It's actually not a weakness. I mean, I can Goblin Punch him, I can throw Comets at him. I just can't use Brain Dead Area of Effect multi-target spells to blitz through there. Okay, so that's a summon there. That's an Esper we can get. We don't need Espers because we don't have a summoner. We need to keep our health up as we trudge through this lava. What's our health look at? That's very bad. That's very, very... I have no potions, dude. I have one high potion and one potion. Okay, let's give a high potion to Kryl and give a potion to Kryl. Alright, so this skull takes my path away. Now, I need to not fall in any of these skulls. I want to say that, you see they're kind of organized. There's 12 of them, there's 3 on each side and 3 on the top and bottom. And what we want to do is first make our way to the treasure box on the other side, and then open the door using, I think the bottom skull. So I think we want to go top. Yeah. And then I think middle here is safe. Yeah. Can't use that. I think the right side here is safe. No! Left side is safe there. Oh, this is very, very bad for me. Cryo can heal herself with Vampire. Everybody else... Oh, I did want to fall at least once. Here, let's heal up with Vampire. Good. In fact, let's do that with everybody, if I can. Some of my people don't have blue magic, though. But next time Cryo gets a turn... you know what? Cryo needs to open with Ballad. She can't afford to heal right off the bat. We can salvage this without spending resources, though. I can get Lena back up. This will keep Lena alive long enough to cast Return. We have to stop them first. Even though we got the preemptive. We're in a bit of a pickle here. I should have bought some high potions. That's my only way to heal outside of combat. And this should give me back the resources. I should get my Phoenix down back and my magic points back and things. So we start with Ballad. Really? I guess Ballad did not stick to that nerd. Well, that's okay. We just have to reroll the fight until that guy's attack lands on somebody's Elven Mantle. So I think the little bunny rabbit's back there. I really, really, really don't want to use the Phoenix Downs here. I don't know if I'm going to need all 10 for X-Death, but I'd rather have them in the inventory and not waste them because of damage floors. Which I think everybody will agree are just completely unfair, right? Loves punching Forrest in the face. Loves punching Forrest in the face. I'll try to run from this fight too, I guess. Okay, good. We just got out of there. Alright, so we're going to get this box. Is some more money. We should have no problem running from these guys. Okay. Fortunately, the damage floor can't actually kill you. Alright, so it's top and then left. Yes. Gets my stairs back. And I'm walking one tile at a time because you can actually step off the platform here. And we can recharge right here. Whew! Alright, I think that brings us to the end of the dungeon then. Very good. Next. We're going to go over here. There's a treasure we can get. I'm done fighting encounters in here. So I've got the optional boss fight, which we're going to use. And I'm very curious as to how well it's going to benefit me. But I do have some boxes back here. There's a spear we can't equip and a shuriken we can't throw. But we'll probably end up selling those in World 3. Yeah, these guys must just be immune to stop. Stop is just not the thing to do in this scenario. In this box, you don't have to open it, but if you do, and then you try to leave the floor, you get into this encounter with just some jerks who are in this room. I guess we interrupted them. Like, this is their party room, and we just kind of barged in. Oh, you didn't get stopped, huh? Well, that's too bad. Yeah, go ahead, confuse them, whatever. I'd like to get out of this fight before they start wasting magic points. Thank you very much. But because we opened up that box, when we leave the floor, Good old Glorgamorsh is back. And we're going to get a treasure from Glorgamorsh. I don't think there's a gimmick to this fight. I think we just go in, guns a-blazing. So that cuts Kryle's level in half, which I don't like. So let's start out by putting up Mighty March. I think we're just going to go with Blue Magic. I think we're just going to go damage and healing. We can just go all out on this fight. I don't think we have to really play this one very gimmicky at all. Let's, you know what? I'm fine with Blizzard. And then Kryle, I'm going to get her singing the Swift song to raise our agility even higher. We can stick slow to him, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think we're going to have to do anything else. Between White Wind and my boosted Aga spells, we should have no difficulty in this fight whatsoever. What do you got? You got a Frost Rod? He just blinded us, but we're not attacking him with right physical hits, so blind doesn't do anything. And it's Frost all the way down. Fair enough. And you still have an air knife. Kryle's not going to get a turn because she's actively singing in the background. That's why she's holding that pose. Every time her turn comes around, when she would get a turn, instead of getting another action, it increases my party's agility. A little bit. And that'll last until she either dies or takes some form of damage. Toad didn't hit anybody. He didn't turn anybody into a frog. Excellent. And I don't think he can damage us more than White Wind can handle. Like, this is just in the bag. So all you get from this fight is you can steal Genji equipment from your various Gilgamesh fights. Only a knight can equip the Genji equipment. And you need a thief to steal. So if you don't have either of those things, then the Genji equipment, there's no point in fighting this fight just for Genji equipment if you can't equip it or if you don't have a way to steal it. You get a weapon from killing Gilgamesh, the Excalibur. It's a gimmick weapon, it's like a joke weapon that always, always, always deals 1 damage when you attack with it. It says it has really high attack power. I think it says it has like 255 attack, which is the maximum attack power a weapon can have. But it doesn't use the standard sword damage formula. The damage formula it uses is just like damage equals 1. So it doesn't even check the attack power. Fine. He's like, hey, how's the old man? Is he doing okay? Oh, he died. Well, I guess I'll kill his granddaughter then. So typically the Excalibur is just a gimmick weapon. It doesn't do anything for you. But there are 2 edge cases where we can exploit that attack power. One of which can be made use of with this team. So getting the Excalibur is going to be helpful for us. I kind of don't care if Kryle gets hasted, but I'd really rather her not die, because I think we will get ability points for this fight, and having 2 Mastered Bards would just be peachy keen. I'm not going to use an Elixir to heal Faris' MPs either. Now we fight like men, and ladies who dress like men. So he's going to transform into his super form. The biggest perler, like, bead sprite thing I ever made. I've actually done this sprite for Gilgamesh. All in bead art. I had it on my wall at our old apartment years ago. I don't have any space to hang it up, but I still have it in the closet. So he thinks he has Excalibur. He actually has Excalibur. And the damage formula for Excalibur is it's like I said, it just deals damage equal, or it's like damage equal 1 or set attack power equal. Like, maybe it doesn't always literally deal 1 damage, but you can see he can't actually hurt us with it. I'm gonna punch him in the nuts. 180. I'm beating your Excalibur damage, nerd. And he's going to get really upset, like, how come it's not any good? But this is how you get the Excalibur. I think the fight at this point is scripted, actually. I don't think there's much we have to do here at all. I'll just pass Forrest's turn. I don't want to heal up for magic points. Oh, I guess I could give you an air knife. What am I doing? I have the extra one here. Oh well. And X-Death is sick of Gilgamesh fooling around downstairs. Yeah, there we go. Air boosted. That's why I bought 2 air knives. I should be using both of them. I mean, Kryl's magic stat is just naturally lower than Forrest's, I believe. Maybe that's not true. Maybe bards do have a higher magic stat. So X-Death harnesses a power called the Void, and he can send people to the Void. And as we see in World 3, he gets more and more powerful, and ends up sending entire cities there as well. So he's thrown into the Void, or the Rift, I guess. And there's Excalibur. Now, 100 attack power. Oh, I really thought it was 255. But 100's... that's double the Great Sword. Almost double the Great Sword. Now, if we attack with the Excalibur, it's going to not use that 100 attack power. It's going to do 1 damage. However, we have... Goblin Punch. Goblin Punch does look at attack power and bypasses the Excalibur's damage formula. The other thing you can do is use the Ninja's Throw ability, which also doesn't use the Excalibur damage formula. It just looks at the attack power of the weapon you're using. So Goblin Punch, with this Excalibur equipped, should be pretty good damage. I'm curious to see how it goes against Mr. the X-Death. X-Death, I think I just want to go balls out against him. We could do a Dark Spark level 2 old strategy, but I don't think that's going to be strictly required here. I think we can handle it. We've got damage, we've got healing, and that's really the 2 things you need for this X-Death fight to go well. So I think we just go in guns blazing. But I'm very curious to see what I can Goblin Punch for here. And to see if I get more damage out of that than the knife-boosted Eroga spell. So Forrest is going to die in 30 seconds. Okie dokie. Should I go with Mighty March? Or I think I'm going to go in with Speed, actually. We'll get the speed up. Raise our agility a little bit. You have the Excalibur. You sure do. Sure do, buddy. What does this Goblin Punch look like? That's not very good. Well, you know what? We tried. Not tremendously good. Okay, so you are going to... I feel like we used a lot of Frost Rod lately. Let's go with Thunder Rods for a little while. Nice! Vacuum Wave is like a 2,000 damage physical hit, and we just evaded it. Beautiful, beautiful. How are we doing here? So I guess we are going to go with knife-boosted Erogas instead. It's just going to be better damage across the board. I do have another air knife somewhere. It's probably at the bottom, because I didn't... yeah, there it is. And if we can't push through them like this, if it turns out we're just lacking, then we'll come in and we'll use the blue magic tricks. We'll go Dark Spark level 2 olds. But we're putting out so much damage, I don't think it's going to be necessary. Okay, I mean, he was about to die anyway, so get Forrest back up. We will immediately heal Forest back to full. I mean, not quite full. I guess... Oh, I don't have Mighty March up, so I don't have regen. Cryo hasn't been hit yet. That's kind of alarming, actually. But eventually he'll start pummeling me with his own Aga spells. So, oh, you know what? Reflect Rings for this fight. Reflect Rings would prevent me from evading Vacuum Wave and the physical hits, though. So it's kind of pick your poison. Do you want to get killed by Vacuum Wave, or do you want to get killed by his Aga spells that he starts casting at you? We're going to hopefully bring him down before anything terrible happens. In fact, you're not quite topped off, are you? I think you're close enough, though. Yeah, you're at 500. That's not terrible. Yeah, see, it's a... Oh, we're pretty late in the fight already. That's the worst possible round we could see. Because we're not getting turns on Cryo right now. So the double casting is terrible here. What am I doing here? You know what? I'm just going to punch forward with damage. And use up these 7 Phoenix Downs. He's double attacking right now. Okay, that was good. He double attacked one party member, so... Six more. If he uses 2 attacks and only kills one party member, we're coming out ahead. Evade? Oh, I wish the Aegis Shield had eaten that up. He's got to be pretty low, because he's spamming these spells now. I might want to come in with Reflect Rings then. It might be helpful. Or I can use the Blue Magic shenanigans and lower his stats. Nope, we got him. If you're going to cut it close. Bart is the only one getting ABPs from this fight. That's okay. Oh, and we got the Doom Blue Magic. Xdeath also uses level 3 Flare sometimes. And if this was any other party, kind of, I would probably have tried to get level 3 Flare in the fight. I would have made a concentrated effort to do that. But we're going to be able to cast regular Flare. We got Black Mages, so I'm not really worried about it. So we've destroyed all 4 crystals on the first world, where Bart's is from. And now we've destroyed all 3 crystals on the second world, where Gallup is from. And the crystals were actually, they were 8 entities, but at one point in the long, long ago, they were only 4 entities. And there was a catastrophe that split them in half. And when the crystals split in half, the world split in half. So the lore of the game is it's not really 2 worlds, each with 4 crystals. It's one divided world, each with a set of half crystals. And now that the crystals are gone, the world merges back together. And we have what is called the merged worlds, which is the world map from the first game, or from the first act of the game, overlapped onto the world map of the second act of the game. So we have access to most locations from both worlds now, plus a lot of locations we couldn't reach earlier are now accessible for various reasons. I'm going to use a cottage first, because I can see me getting into a random encounter one step away from the castle. I guess we'll punch through all these cutscenes here before I call it a day for this session. There's quite a lot to do here. I cannot emphasize enough that I was not expecting to have to fight 5 Gill Turtles. So we're back at Tycoon Castle, where we started the game. In fact, if you look at the 2 world maps, the place where Xdeath's castle is in World 2, that position in World 1 is very close to Tycoon Castle. It's actually very close to where Bart starts the game out, where the first meteor comes in at the very, very beginning of the game. So the people of Tycoon have recognized that Faris is their long-lost princess. And so while Lena is still wearing her adventuring gear, I don't know, a doublet and nice boots or something, they gussy Faris up. I mean, she has to have allowed this. Like, this didn't happen against her will. They didn't paralyze her. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they have high-level magicians in Tycoon Castle who are like, alright, cast a petrification spell on the princess so we can get a goddamn dress and a tiara on her. So we gotta watch these green-haired ladies dance for a little bit. And, like, everyone thinks everything's fine. We did the thing. We beat X-Death. But Kryle's still sad. And I do like how you can't... They're not dancing right now, but if you try to get in to talk to one of the girls, the dancers get in the way. That's their only job right now, is get in the way if Bart tries to approach one of the princesses. So, I mean, from the perspective of the characters, this is actually an interesting moment. Final Fantasy V does have the odd character moment that is actually effective, and I think this is one of them, because at the beginning of the game, Bart didn't know the princesses, he just kind of wandered around. He was a traveler. And now that X-Death has seemingly been defeated, we're going to let Lena and Faris get back to their lives and resume our journey. And he's like, yeah, you want to come with me? I mean, your grandfather's dead. You don't have anything to do now. You might as well. So Bart and Kryle decide to continue on with their adventure. Do I want to keep Kryle as a bard for this upcoming scene? I do not think so. I think for the next... she's only got 2 ABPs to master bard. I kind of feel like I want to just get it mastered to start with. Bart's, however, I actually do want to change into a blue mage for now, because we got a 2-person party, so we had to be a little more selective about what jobs we're using. There he is. Oh, I could just go black with blue, I suppose. Yeah, let's get the ABPs for black mage. Black with blue is perfectly fine. We're going to go with probably a poison rod, gold hairpin, elven mantle, and then I kind of just want to get 2 ABPs on Kryle real quick and just finish up Bard. What does she have? Blue out here? Yeah. Yeah. Just get Bard mastered. We'll, of course, come to find out that X-Death is not completely defeated, and this was part of his, like, master plan all along. Oh, and Bart is just gonna start beating up the little girl for no reason. Just elbow her right in the groin and knock her across the castle. That happened. Let's drop a save before I get... No going back to World 2 now. I don't want Kryle to be a bard for upcoming fights, but I kind of don't want to switch her away from Bard until she's mastered it. Ah, there's an old friend that we had left behind. Actually, I don't think there are any random encounters in this part of the world yet. I think they disable random encounters until a little ways into World 3. Hey, look who it is. Kryle can talk to birds. There are no chocobos in World 2, so how does Kryle know how to talk to chocobos? And there's only like 2 chocobos in this world. It's not like other Final Fantasy games where you go to chocobo forests. This in Final Fantasy IX, you have like your good buddy the chocobo. There's only 1 in the whole world. Whereas like 4 and 6, you just catch generic chocobos. So we have access to Boko now, and we can ride Chocobo around as much as we want. And we do want to. I'd actually like to get into a random encounter first. And get 2 ABPs. Maybe it doesn't matter. The upcoming boss fight, as long as we have access to blue magic. In fact, yeah, you've got an air knife. We should be fine for the next fight. So right now, we can't get up past Tycoon Castle. Oh, we can. Maybe we are meant to go this way. I don't know, we gotta go some way is apparent. Let me actually just take a look at the world map here. Because it gets very confusing when you're trying to navigate both worlds at once. In fact, you can see down here, our airship is still right where we left it. Inaccessible from here, unfortunately. We'll have to deal with that problem a little later. There is Tule Village, where we started the game. That's the first village in the game. We have a little bit of a... Yeah, I think I just disable encounters until you get Boko. I wonder if they remain disabled for a little while. You never get encounters while you're riding Boko, but you could jump off Boko and get into some. And Bart's... He's just abusive. He's got a mean streak. He's taking it out on the little girl. He's taking it out on the bird. And now we're going to get Antlion. So the Antlion is going to cast Old on both of us and make our damage suck, but... we can just punch through here. I don't know what you have with Poison Rod. Actually, let's go with a Frost Rod. I just like ice. I don't know. All that Gill Turtle work kind of showed me that ice is the way to go. Oh, he's not going to make us old. He's going to hit us with Discord, and that's going to chop our levels down. But our damage output is so good with blue and black magic. It's just... it's not a scary boss fight. You don't lose against the Antlion. I don't think there's any Fiesta team that possibly has trouble here. But I've had some Fiestas where I've had to take him down like 200-300 damage at a time. Because I got my level halved and my jobs kind of sucked or whatever. Scare him off. Kryl has mastered Bard. One more little cutscene here. All Boko's fault. No, we'll just run around circles here. So yeah, Kryl's mastered Bard. We're about to get Forest back. Let me wait till I get Forest back, and then I'll decide what I want to do for jobs. Well, Forest is also Master Bard, so if I use a Bard in the next few scenes, it's going to have to be Bart's. And I don't think I want to use Bard in the next few scenes. I think I'd rather keep him as a Black Mage. So I guess we're going to go Black Mage, Time Mage, and Blue Mage. And not have a Bard for a little while. But, because I've mastered Bard on 2 characters, I will still have 2 characters that can sing. And that's going to be really important. Forest is up there, and she's butthurt because I left the castle without her. And it's like, listen, I tried to talk to you. There was a green-haired dancing lady in the way, and she hit me with her gigantic butt and knocked me to the floor. Literal butthurt. But Forest rejoins the party here. It was Bart's fault. No. It was Kryl's fault. No. And then we're going to be stuck with 3 characters until we get through the next dungeon. I think there's one more... there's actually a couple more cutscenes we can push through here as we're coming up on the 2-hour mark for this recording. I think I'm going to get my jobs in place, and this might be just a good time to pause the game until next week. We got a lot done. Fought 5 Gill Turtles and did Castle X Death. Oh, she's got a splinter, but it's fine. It's whatever. We'll just cast Kira. Well, we can't. We don't have any white mages. Okay. I do want Bart's to go to Black Mage level 6, which probably is going to happen in the next dungeon. Forest, I guess, so I guess Kryl can go with Time Mage here. And start learning some time magic. And her Black Mage isn't going to do much. Do I want to go with Sing or Blue? Here's the problem, is without a Bard, I don't have anybody who's really fast. To get really fast, I'd have to give them equip harps, but then I can't let them sing, and singing is going to be important. So I think what we're going to actually do here is just look and see who's got the highest agility. 26, 30. It's going to be Kryl. By a hair. Oh no, it's Forest by quite a lot. Oh, because she's got to equip harps. So we actually don't want to equip harps here. Do I just want a second singer? And that brings her down to 28. So Cryle's going to get the first turn in combat, and then she can sing ballad or whatever. Forest, I mean... I could just... You know what? I'd rather have a fast Blue Mage. I'll just pass Forest's turn to Cryle immediately. That's the master plan. We don't want an Ice Shield, we want an Aegis Shield. We're at the point of the game now where we have to kind of manually equip everything on this character. Oh, we can do 3 Elven Mantles, because they took Lena's away. Oh no, it didn't. Lena still got hers. Never mind. And I think we are good to go. Frost Rod. Time and Sing. So unfortunately her damage output's not going to be great. So you can be our healer and let Bart's and Forest do all the heavy lifting. Most excellent. Can I get up and around the top of the map here? Let me take a look at the map. I don't think I can just yet. The world actually will go through one more stage of opening up. Yeah, because Tycoon Castle is in the way right now. But there is a way later on we'll have more places we can go on Chocobo, because the world has one more stage to open up. So we'll do a bunch of Chocobo stuff in the next video. We've got to push through a dungeon first. We got to pick up one of the strongest weapons in the game before we do that dungeon. When we come back next week, we'll go into this cave. We'll see what became of our turtle friend, Guido. Guys, thanks for watching. Turtles aren't my friends. I had to kill 5 of them.